I mean, it's got problems, but
That's why I don't want to cover Battle Royale.
well, it's got problems. It's not a perfect movie. Is it a fun, great movie? Does it do a lot of things I enjoy? Oh, definitely. Is it perfect? Fuck no. Does
I
it
will
try
only
to?
do it for a milestone episode. That's it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, does it try to like shove in way too much? Yeah. I was like, man, this needs to be like 3 hours for a good portion of this to make sense.
Yeah. Talk to me at 150.
150.
Yeah, I only will do it at milestone episodes.
Hey man, I'll do a solo
150,
episode
200.
burying you for not watching it, but he said it was his favorite movie. Now where is he? He ain't even.
Why do you think I don't want to watch it? It's in my top 3. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, man. Top three. I'll say that. Top three. And he left me hanging on this episode. I have Kevin, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and talk Battle Royal. Never heard of it because it came out 1 billion years ago.
Battle
And all,
Royal.
and all you kids love it.
Battle Royal.
Oh,
Battle
yeah.
Royale, you motherfucker.
Yeah, they're not going to know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking to a new audience.
I think that audience probably knows fucking the term Battle Royale since that's all video games are now.
No, those are Battle Royals.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at this piece of shit.
This YouTube streaming motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Gotta get the clicks. I don't want to talk about this movie, dude.
Why the fuck did you pick it if you don't want to talk about this?
I didn't know about it until I watched it.
I didn't really have that many problems. I mean,
What?
okay, fair enough. I'm not a huge Halloween watcher, okay?
Dude, you ain't gotta be. You just gotta be a conscious movie understander.
I am. I didn't think it was that horrible. It was a good-ish movie. I mean, it had a very retro-ish feel. Like, I didn't walk away going, fuck yeah, I'm a Halloween fan for life. But I was like, this is a lot better than I thought it would be. So,
Yeah.
I did not appreciate it just starting with the other one that I didn't know about until I started watching this one left off. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it literally takes place immediately after the other movie.
I came to understand.
Which was fucking stupid to me. And I was like, that didn't really end on a nail biter. It ended like a traditional horror movie that you can always loop back. But I know what they did and I know what they wanted to do, and I fucking hated it. I was like, why did you do it like this? I know why you did it. And then I saw.
Huh? But Malignant had this schlock to it, okay, in which you were like, I love this movie. Well, when Michael Myers queued up for the fucking axe fight, I was like, okay, this is stupid, but you have my attention.
Yeah, it's out of character though. He would never. That's not a Michael Myers moment. Like,
I would say
that's why it is
not Michael Myers moments in the movie. So,
well, newsflash, spoiler: the whole movie's not a Michael Myers movie or a moment. He's completely out of character, and the way they read and this fucking B story going on, I was like, what is this? What are you doing, everyone? I was just like, what is everyone doing? What is the director doing? What are these 8 writers thinking? What are you thinking?
I think they were just like, let's do some kills. Like, I didn't understand why they were trying to explain Michael Myers and why he kills and why he's unstoppable. I was like, who's looking for this answer? We've done after H2O. No one was asking what makes Michael Myers.
Oh, dude, you're coming on like a noob because that's a different timeline.
I know. That's what I looked up, Kevin. I was curious. I was like, what's the order and sequence? Oh, okay. So we have the main timeline, then we have the Rob Zombie timeline, which was short-lived and only 2 fucking movies, but it felt like you're watching the same movie twice anyway. And then now this one, which only acknowledges the very first Halloween movie and then disavows everything else. So, okay. And I thought that was like a bad, interesting choice, I guess. I don't know. I was just like, why did you only keep the first one? Like, what do you got against the second one?
You've never seen the second one. That's why.
No, I have not. I have not. I wasn't a big Michael Myers guy. I mean, now I am because dude can kill everything. Like, don't point a gun at this man because he's just gonna slap it into someone else's face. You're not gonna go for it? Then let's movie.
All right, that's Halloween Kills. David Gordon Green is to blame. Scott teams Danny McBride, David Gordon Green, once again on the writing duties based on characters from Jonathan Carpenter, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy McCashmick, whatever, Will Patton, Thomas Mann, Anthony Michael Hall, Kyle Richards. It's a Miramax Blumhouse Productions, Universal. Spent the bill, running time 105, 20 million is what we cost, 67 as of time of recording. Pretty good. That's how it's done. Take these low budget horror movies and you give them something to talk about.
Yeah, does Blumhouse, are they just the only people that produce horror? Like, is that it? If it's not by Blumhouse? Yeah. Sad.
Used to be Lionsgate, but they're just like, what?
Yeah.
So Blumhouse is your basically entryway to anything to get it into Hollywood, to get a big seat at the table, and you'll get your dime store horror movie made. But this is a legacy movie. It's Halloween Kills. It is jumping off the previous remake, revisiting, retelling timeline from the first Halloween that came out 2018, and that chronological order, all jumping off of the movie from back in the Disney, the first Halloween.
Kevin, real quick before I got some trivia for you. Okay. What year do you suspect that William Shatner discovered that the mask was his face?
Yesterday.
Yesterday it was. It was basically fucking yesterday. And he thought someone was teasing him. He's like, I'm about to go to space. And they were like, hey, fucking Halloween mask, that's your face. He was just like, I ain't gonna goddamn sit, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, 1978, they needed a gimmick. So they went to a costume store, found a Star Trek mask, spray painted it, did the number on it, and they're like, this is terrifying. Look at the dead face. You're just like, okay, yeah. This works.
Wonder if he'll sing poorly later on.
I'll see this motherfucker in space.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the mask looked good in this one.
Yeah, it looks fine, but there was opportunities to do something better. There's opportunities to incorporate some Halloween 3, and I really wish they would have done that because that would have been fun. I don't know if you're doing nods to it on some of the kills where all of a sudden they're wearing masks. I was like, let's have the creepy kids mask. You already got 3 asshole creepy kids in the back. Let's have them pull that shit up.
Oh, no? Those kids were mega assholes. I loved them.
Yeah, if you're under, I don't know, 15 in this movie, you're a colossal asshole. Yeah. And I literally begged for their murder on film so I could watch it and dance. I would dance to the death of each one of the children in this movie.
I mean, only
fucking unbearable. They're the fucking worst. 70s kids were shitbirds. The fucking 2018 kids were shitbirds. And I was like, Michael, please fucking kill them.
He's like, I'm trying, but they just won't let me.
Try the fuck harder. I really wanted him to teleport behind them with the swings and just fucking put the chains around their necks, pop a head off, and then just throw the other one through the slides, which just cuts them in half. I'm really, let's get ridiculous. You already killed the one off camera, you big pussy, Michael. What are you doing?
He was like, they won't let me kill a child on camera.
Yeah, they will, but just be a G about it, Mike. You blew it.
Jesus.
Do some laps and hit the showers. You're done.
He's like, I am not done. I have like 85 kills in this movie.
So the difference of opinion for this movie is Dustin thought it was serviceable. I thought it was a piece of fucking shit. I've seen every single one of these Halloween movies.
Oh.
And what this Halloween movie does right is short-lived, because it absolutely falls off a cliff with what it wants to do with Michael, what it wants to do with the town, what it wants to do with Laurie Strode, what it wants to do with all these, pieces. Like they can't do Dr. Loomis anymore, RIP. They can shoehorn him in there so you can go, oh, this is good. And he's like, I'm only in it for 5 minutes, maybe, if you're lucky. And I'm like, oh, don't go. He's like, I'm literally dead, dude. This is a body double. I'm like, oh, okay. For Satan in 2018, Anthony Michael Hall it is. Thanks. And
he's like, that's Mr. Anthony Michael Hall, who you might remember from Dead Zone, the TV series.
That's usually what I go to when I think of him first. Oh, that's the Dead Zone guy. Everyone's like, what?
2002 to 2019. I guess they did a 2019. Oh, unaired pilot for a reboot. That doesn't count. IMDb, you fucking fucks. Anyway.
So,
I mean, it's not that I don't know. I guess I found it inoffensive, Kevin, because I had no expectations for it. Because again, I'm only really familiar with the Rob Zombie stuff, which I really enjoyed the first one, and the second one was like watching it again. And I was like most of Rob Zombie's movies, he does one movie and then he does it again. So I just kind of thought, all right, that's like, yeah, like story wise, there is no story. It's stupid as fuck. Nothing makes any sense for anyone. Laurie Strode, why are you in the movie? Why are you in this movie? No reason. I hated Anthony Michael Hall, though. I will flat out say that. I hated his character. I hated his acting. I was like, Jesus, God, someone just hit him with that baseball bat, please. So they didn't. Oh, no, they did at the end. And even then, that was unrewarding and unfulfilling. So, but I don't remember how this movie starts, Kevin. Does it start in the 70s or some shit?
It starts with this movie not having. There's just no identity to it. Mm-hmm. It really wants to be a continuation of the 2018 movie, and it's serviceable that's literally the only function it provides. And when it does have its kind of shining moment, and I thought it was going to interplay it more. As you said, it's October 31st, 1978. We start off with Deputy Frank Hawkins. He's basically in pursuit. There's some killing. There's
wait. It starts with the kid on the train tracks.
What?
It doesn't start. It starts with the kid on the train tracks, and then he finds the guy, and then it flashes back.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a throwaway spot.
Yeah.
But they do it multiple times because this is how you start a confusing, stupid movie that jumps around for no reason. Like it does it for no reason. Like pick a lane in this, because you find the kid from the first movie. So he's walking around in a Bonnie and Clyde outfit, like a reboot, reverse the gender reboot.
Yeah, I didn't because I didn't see the first one. I was just like, okay, so he's cross-dressing, and I guess she's just wearing suspenders.
So the problem is he starts talking about a character that no one knows what's going on unless you literally recall the first one to a T or just watch them for a big spooky weekend. You want to watch them all back to back. So if you're a new viewer, you're going to be like, what's happening? Who is this character? Why is the movie started without me? And you're like, well, because movies.
I was that guy.
So he's he's on the phone. He's trying to get a hold. He's like, oh, Allison's really mad, blah, blah, blah. I think I really pissed in her cornflakes and call me back. So he's leaving a message for his buddy. He goes over, hears moaning and groaning, and he sees a cop laying on the tracks. It's fucking Hawkins. And he's like, oh, sir, don't worry. We're going to get you some help, Officer Hawkins. He's like, he's back. It's time to get all Halloween up in that shit. And he's
I should have killed her.
He's like, okay, looks like you got some head trauma. So we snap back. We're in the 1978. You see a young Frank Hawkins doing the young rookie thing. I'm a rook on the beat. Michael Myers is fucking wrecking shit. What are we going to do? Let's chase him down to his house, because Michael always goes back to the house, everyone.
What? No.
Everyone. He always goes back to the house.
What if we just knock down the house and put up an empty lot?
I don't know. Why don't you pave paradise? Put up a parking lot.
Yeah. I mean,
so
seems like a good solution at this point.
Well, it's just the it's just the overall problem with Halloween as a whole. It just has these three pivotal things that constantly rotated, and you're trying to move these pieces around. Well, there usually was four, but that guy died. So the doctor, and that's kind of all these movies ever do is just shuffle these things around. So they go back. He goes to the house. Michael's in the house. He's on a killing spree. They go in there like two butt rookie cops. They clear the house like a complete bunch of assholes.
But one of them does say my favorite line. There's a dead dog over here. What'd you say? Nothing. I was like, what? What?
I was
We're
like,
just what?
hey, maybe you guys should stay together. You got a serial killer. You know he's armed. You know he's dropping people at, he's just a fucking tank. You might want to, fuck it. So Michael's like, you know what I do? I creep. He gets the creep. It's like Dead by Daylight. He's staring at your character while he's just building up his murder bar. And you're just like, I'm going to work on this generator. Oh, God, here he comes. He jacks the cop, and the cop's just struggling. Michael's trying to choke him out with, some rope or some shit. And he's got him like body shield status, and then fucking Deputy Frank's got the fucking burner on him. He's like, oh, drop up. I'm going to fucking shoot you, Michael. And then Michael's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. And then he shoots anyway, and he shoots his buddy, and his buddy's like, bro, you shot me. He's like, friendly fire.
Like a really bad way to die. Like I'm gonna bleed out through the neck. So
yeah, the cop's like, friendly fire. He's like, yeah, man, friendly fire ain't friendly. LOL. And Michael's like, all right, guys, I gotta go. And the only part I like in this whole thing is Michael walks down the stairs. And this, while we're in the 70s, I did appreciate the attempt to kind of match the footage and the look, kind of have it kind of a little blown out, and it looks just like old footage from
it does. Yeah, I thought it looked really good there too. Like, and that's the thing is the overall look of the movie, even the modern stuff, I felt that it still felt meshed well with the older 70s stuff. Like I felt like this town was still trapped in the past a little bit with like hairdos and cars and shit like that.
And for the most part, that was one of the shining parts of the film, just kind of having this remote fake town plucked out of that era, and the way that people act and react and stuff. But they had some progress moments in there, but they're short-lived.
Yeah.
You come out and Michael's standing there, and it's just all these cops just surrounding him, flashlight guns. And you see Dr. Loomis, and you're like, oh, this is great. And I can't tell if it was a body double, but he looked CG. He looked touched up, like they kind of try to put him in from another movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, what happened? What did he say to you? And just Hawkins is just, he's
Has
shook.
Michael killed a kid?
And I was like, about that.
Kind of been out all night, Doc.
Michael's like, hey, man, I got there and a cop on cop violence. And I hate to see it.
It's just like, do you mean the guy upstairs or like other people? Because I got to be honest, I'm thinking about the guy upstairs that I just killed.
So it's really cool. Michael stops, they put a jib on, and they pull back, and you just see this army of cops just ready to bring him down. And then it's just like Halloween Kills. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm interested. Oh, God, we're back in 2018. It shows the fire because basically Laurie and the girls, daughter, granddaughter, had trapped Michael in the house because at the end of the other movie, quote unquote, the first one in this story, she set up this basic Uber Saw trap to catch him and going to burn him alive, right? Because and that's, I'll get into more, but that's the problem with Laurie's character in this movie, but whatever. So she's in the ambulance because she got all fucked up, and the fire department's in there. They're trying to, do their job. And Laurie's like, no, let it burn. I was like, Laurie, they can't hear you. Calm down.
I think they're just like in the back of a truck, actually. But
Laurie, just stop it. The fire truck's like, we doing fire truck stuff.
Yeah. I was instantly bored by that because I was like, wait, Jamie Lee Curtis isn't going to do shit this whole movie? I was like, what the
I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why later. So you have the transition. Now we're back in modern day. And fire department goes in there. They're doing fire department shit. I guess they're kind of really in there, but did they get a call that there was someone inside? Because I was
exactly. I don't think they just run in searching for people.
Yeah, I'm not a firefighter, but I see like you're maybe checking, but there's no
they
evidence.
Have like sensors and stuff. Like they can.
But
God damn.
whatever. We get a guy that overcommits. He falls to the floor. Now we got a man down. So now everybody's transitioning to rescue him. And Michael's down there like, hey, man, I'm going to just go ahead and kill you real quick. And he's like, all right, deal. Let's start this movie off with some killing. And I'm like, all right. And then you just have all this chaos ensues. Firefighters get out. One guy gets killed. Now Michael's just like, hey, I got this cool breaching tool that you guys use. And I'm going to start breaching some faces.
And then he just goes full fucking ham. All these firefighters just look at him. They're axed up. One guy's got a hose. He's gonna hose him down. That guy goes
when he
down
hosed
quick.
him down, I was just like, is this like hot American summer?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? You didn't even like put that at full blast or anything.
Full blast, hit him in his leg, have him go flipping backwards.
Shoot him in the fucking face. He was just like, you got some blood on you? Let me get that off for you, sir. Oh, you're murdering me. But after he killed the hose guy, my God, he lit those other fuckers up like
he did, but it was I kind of didn't like it. I was just
because you know what Halloween kills are. I was just like, okay, I'm taking this from the Malignant thing of, yeah, fine, let's do this. I thought it was really out of characteristic for firefighters to just be like, axe up, motherfucker, it's Michael Myers, we gotta go for him. I would have been like, I'm out of here.
But like they all were like
that
terrible.
Man does not need to be rescued.
It didn't. That was the part tonally where it teetered on like schlock, and I was like, is this what we're doing? Are you just gonna go like I was like if that's what you want to do, you want to go balls out crazy. It's very non-Michael Myers to kind of just set up like a fucking Kumite fight right there where he goes through everyone. He just kind of dismantles one at a time. But it was like an old Western fight where everyone just took turns getting fucking killed. Like they're all like, let's get up at the same time. I don't know. It didn't make sense. And I was like, oh, right. Well, and the movie's like, oh, we're done over there. We're going to go over here. There's so much happening in like the first 15 minutes. It's all over the place. I'm like, dude, pick a lane. Can we pick a lane?
It did. A big lane. And it swerved back and forth all through every lane. It was like the cops slowing down traffic. You know, they're like, accident up ahead. We got to slow down.
Just, it was brutal.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the firefighters queuing up to fight Michael and Michael just going full ham at all of them.
When it was out of character,
felt stupid, but I was also just like, whatever.
When he cocked that fucking thing in his hand and kind of leaned into it, like, let's go. And I was like, what are we doing? like, I was just like,
fight.
Dude, it was like a kung fu joint. I was like, what's happening now? Okay. I guess, Michael's like damn near invincible. He runs on hate, everyone. And I've seen this town and it's a dump. He hates it. He lives here. He has to put that shit on his license. So he's like, Lumpkin Lane is where that's my street. I'm going to go.
Lane.
Yeah. That's what he has to put on his license.
Explains a lot about him.
So now we're at some fucking karaoke shithole bar celebrating 40 years of murder.
Yeah, I hated this bar thing. It was dumb.
To me, if this is the town and it has this, I would never celebrate Halloween in this town ever. Like, why is this even a thing? But like, hey, you move here. Hey, welcome to the town. I see you're kind of registering. You bought the house. We don't celebrate Halloween here. Hope you guys have a great day. Oh, was that last part?
Very Fear Streety of like, why would anyone live in this shithole side of the town? Like, what the fuck?
It was dumb, is what it was, and it was just a way to kind of shoehorn these loser characters. You see, one of the kids have grown up, and he stayed there. One of the babysitters, girls that was babysitting, she didn't get killed, and she's doing all right. And they're trying to like shoehorn all these like OG 78 characters in.
Yeah, but for what purpose? Who knows? Because
it didn't serve a purpose, dude.
They're just there, It felt more of just like I don't know, like a weird ploy to the old fans of like, look, remember?
Look, dude.
But like,
I was like, no, I don't
watching this was like, no, I don't care.
Throwaway characters.
Well, it's like, and you're just like create this weird other timeline, and then you're picking up right where your last movie left off. I don't know. it felt like a very weird decision to me too. And then what was even weirder was that he's like, I don't really have a story, or I don't really have a talent. I'm just gonna tell you a fucked up story.
I'm gonna tell you some trauma. I was like, what?
Yeah, here's my trauma, but like the PG version. I was like, okay, all right, so, Dead Zone TV, sell me.
You other characters know this is for really real. I'm like, oh, guess what? I would have moved the fuck out of that town 40 years ago. I would have never spoke of it. I would have never came back. You'd be like, hey, man, we're doing a 40-year reunion of bummer times. I'm like, not interested. How'd you get this number?
I'm like, who are you? No, I'm good. Yeah.
I just, it is dumb.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like to retell for people who've never seen anything. If this is your first Halloween, oh, okay. Oh, there's some history of killing. Oh, Mikey Myers, you say. Oh, unstoppable fear entity. Great. Love it. The Shape, if you will. That's for the diehards. So, house burns down. Bummed out bar. I think we're at the hospital now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we spent a lot of time at the bar, but yeah, then we go to
there's
the
absolutely
hospital.
No need to hang out in the hospital the bar. The bar is like.
No, I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that's really long, and we meet a lot of characters that are never going to do anything for the story. But then, yeah, we're at the hospital.
And here is where my teeth grinded until they fucking cracked.
Because we have to watch Laurie get sewed up for like 5-10 minutes.
No, dude, we have to watch Allison and Karen act. And I was like, man, these girls were bad in the first one. Maybe they picked up some, Jesus Christ, they're worse. So here's the thing, man. In this whole Halloween mythos, this is just my opinion, so I know people can debate it, yell at me, whatever. My opinion of this is Laurie is the obsession. Michael Myers is, the constant, right? He doesn't care about anything. He kills everything to get to Laurie. If you're in the way, you're fucking wrecked. The end. That's what he does. He doesn't like meticulously branch off and just start, doing things.
Maybe I'll stop by the house and kill some kids at the park.
Yeah, you're in the way, whatever that way may be, however he's going, he just rekindles that fire, literally, and he just goes through you. He goes through you. If you're in the way, the fire people, I bet you if they would have jetted, he would have been like, whatever, you're not in my way anymore. I'm not the fire people.
Yeah, it definitely, that's what I kind of thought too about the character. From my limited knowledge, it was more of like, if you're in the way, you get got. And if you're not, then okay.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I've always took him as he doesn't really have adventures in killing. He's been kind of shaped in my eyes that way. So when you have the Karen and Allison characters who are fucking awful, when they should be great, it should have been more of like a Terminator thing where Laurie's breeding these two to stop this. Like, I'm your crazy grandmother. You've known me your whole life, and I'm on some backwoods militia shit. And they're just like, we brought you to the hospital to patch you up. We got him. We got Michael. Like, I would be like, just totally be like, oh my God, did we get him? Did we get him? Like, my grandmother is literally certifiable. She's so obsessed with killing this fucking dude.
Well, and I will say I didn't understand why she was so just convinced that we got him. Did you see the body? Then why would you even remotely say this?
And that's the thing. Like, they never adopted any of Laurie's kind of personality in that. Like, if I had a family member that was so psychopathically just hell-bent on one thing, like, I felt like after the finale of the other movie, the girls should not be coming down off of that. They still dealt with her like she's a crazy old bat. And I was like, no, you've seen this shit. This dude is way unstoppable. Granted, you guys had this overly elaborate trap to pull this off. Like, she had like a part-time engineering classes down at the Y. Like, what the fuck?
Except for you didn't build a full steel cage because then some guy just randomly fell through your fucking floor and gave him a way out.
You just had like the cool bar effect. But the girls never really embodied that. And they're kind of just like pet her head like, yeah. It was like, we had CDs back in my day. Sure, Grandma.
Sure,
CDs
Mom.
nuts.
Sure.
I was just like, oh, like, what a great meme.
Oh, fell for it every time, Grandma.
And I really, really hated that. And I was like, man, these girls should be kind of like coming down off this adrenaline high of just like, fuck, did we just kill a psychopathic killer that's been hunting my mom down for 40 fucking years? Man, I'm buzzing right now. I need a bang. I got to take this edge off. But they were just like, no, I want you to go in there with your grandmother and, until she wakes up, she's going to be okay. No, Mom, I heard Michael's back. We're going to get a posse together, go fuck him up. I was like, you're not Mario Van Peebles.
We still got to go through the... Now, before we get to that part, they don't even know that part yet because first we see her get sewn up and they do that thing. And then we go back out to, I believe do we go to Laurie's neighbor's house? Or I think we go back to the bar again, actually, for more barness, where they reveal... Oh, yeah, that's where it is. They reveal that Michael has escaped at the bar, and that's when the bar is just like, oh, fuck, we're going to get us some Michael tonight. And then we go to Laurie's neighbor's house with that fucking dumb couple that
the doctor and the nurse.
Well, no, I mean like the white guy and the black lady. We go to their house. Like,
yeah.
Because they're just like, yeah, I was like, why is she fucking flying that drone around? And then like, damn, the shape, you're a brick wall. That drone was just like, oh fuck, I'm fucked up real bad. And he was just like, shit, you don't know how to drive this thing. Let me try.
Well, I thought the drone was going to come into play somehow. Strangely enough.
It bumped into him.
But what? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's too much. Just have him walk in, stab. It was too much. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like,
no, what was way too much is when he was picking his favorite knife on that guy's back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think that whole scene, like, listen, I'm all for the violence and the murder and the crazy, just over the top stuff. Mm-hmm. When he takes apart the old dude, he slashes him, and he's like, "Oh, run, Stella," or whatever her name is, and she's like, "Oh shit," and she goes to run.
She tapped out so hard on that door. She was like, "I give up."
I was like, "Is it not your door?" Like,
she was like, "This is too many locks." I told him it was too many locks, but
it was like one slap lock.
There was the chain, the deadbolt, the door handle. She had to do that change. She was like, "I'm done. This is some bullshit."
Did it have the double key where you had to lock the key on the inside? I was like, wow, that's really old house.
Yeah, she was just like, you know what? I know I'm not a runner. I'm just gonna tap out here and hope for
I like this part. Like the older guy, he's walking and he's like, oh, there's some like big motherfucker in there, and he locks the door, and then Michael Myers snatches him through the wall, and he's like pulling his throat. He's stabbing him. I thought he was gonna like open his throat on the broken wood. It looked like he was.
That's what it looked like, but then it was just like his collarbone.
It was kind of cumbersome, so I just couldn't really tell what he was doing. But whatever, he gets left for dead. And then we go into the kitchen, and like Dustin said, she just kind of schlubs over on the door, like.
And she's just like, "Please, this is my good moo-moo."
And then like Myers goes over and pulls out the fluorescent kitchen light, and then like GCW's her ass. He like cracks it and sticks it in her throat. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, she's fucking like Jimmy Lloyd right in her throat. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. But then she's still alive.
Like, but then the fluorescent light wasn't used to like let the blood drain out and kill her or anything cool.
Well, like, I thought he was going to like stab her, break it, stab her, break it, stab her, break it, and then he just stuck her once, and I was like, oh, okay. But then it wasn't a clean kill, which is fine because he's kind of slopper killer. And then he's just like pin cushioning the guy when she comes to. And I was like, what? You dragged him from all the way here just to practice which knife has a good poke on it? What? Huh?
Exactly. That's what I thought. I was just like, okay. Because I really felt like, okay, at this point we had already had the dead dog thing, and now we have him practicing like doing excessive like stabs on a already incapacitated body. I was like, are they really just trying to make him seem like some sort of like Halloween serial killer and not really a crazed killer. Like
to me, that comes from like the zombie movies. I think that would fit better in there to kind of
yeah,
put rationality by the way he is at killing instead of just the mindless, I'm a
yeah.
tank.
Because I liked that in the Rob Zombie ones where it was like he's more of a serial killer. I was like, oh, okay,
like they're
cool.
trying to describe every action, like what's his motivation? Was he,
Yeah. Well, and I feel like this one's trying to do that too, but just like it doesn't know the answer to the question.
No, it's trying to explain his mythos, dude. Like the overall encompassing like voodoo behind him. And then at the very last minute they cop out.
Don't stand in front of his window.
And I was like, what? What are you trying to explain? Like, well, okay, sure, whatever. You're a movie, do whatever. But yeah, he murks this older couple, and like he's just off to the races again.
Yeah, yeah. And she just, I don't know, watches him, and then I think we go. I don't know. I mean, we go back to the bar area, back to the hospital area so many damn times.
And that's why I really wanted to sum it up just quickly so we didn't have to keep ping ponging like the movie does, because it's probably
the last scene at the bar is important though, because that's what starts the posse.
Well, that's what I was going to get to is just the emergency alert where the news is just like, hey, we got one channel here, just kind of goes right to this town. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So this dude from possibly 40 years ago, he could be fucking some shit up. So you might want to hide your kids, hide your wife. This crazy lady, she lived here now. Her compound, it burned down. A lot of firefighters got real took to task. So don't call for any, fires. I was like, what's going on? Is Twitter not blowing up? 40-year anniversary of the Michael killer. He's back. Laurie, hide.
We're too high on peyote.
It was such a weird way to get it out there, but it was kind of like an old way to get it out there, like an old horror movie way. Like the news says, run and hide, but then this town's like, we've had enough.
And yeah, I mean that's the thing though. There is a huge absence of technology in this movie. Like
there's
none
no
of the
cell
kids
phones.
are walking no one's using cell phones. Like,
which is fine.
Cars
I love
are barely
that.
modern.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you can seamlessly do that, and I was not opposed to that because I think the whole thing of a horror movies are one of the big things is you kind of take that away from them, right? That's the desperation. Yeah. They're trapped. They have to make these semi-illogical decisions because.
Well, I mean, I've seen this town's law enforcement. They're incompetent.
Hey, those coats are cool though. I'd sign up for a coat. Somebody deputized me to get that coat. That's too hot. I don't want to wear it. Too much running.
Too much running. It's too fucking heavy. This is too heavy.
But this part, I kind of almost forgot about it completely until I thought about it. The movie tries to go back to it where we have our nurse doctor couple playing cosplay, but they really are. They come back out to their car. They're like, oh, we should get out of here because we saw our house on the news and we hate the neighbor.
Killed someone in our neighborhood.
Yeah, so we better go make sure we can get killed. They go to their car and someone's in their car and he's like, honey, go check. And he's like, fuck you, I ain't checking.
How'd this escaped convict or mental patient break into a fucking top of the line Beamer, Kevin? And why did he go, you know what, I'm going to hide out in the backseat like a fucking idiot? And wearing an all-white jumpsuit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. And then he drives away. They do like a little like witch hunt for him. And he gets scared because the whole bar is all amped up. They're ready to kill because, Tommy's not going to take it anymore.
Tommy's a hell of a storyteller.
Yeah, 40 years of fear my ass. And they go out there and he just drives off. He almost hits a truck. And then he just fucking hits a wall. And they're just like, I'm going to beat this brat over his ass. Michael, you in there? And I was like.
He swings that like such a fucker, too, where I'm just like, dude, why are you doing all these unnecessary movements with it? He's going to like gut you in the fucking neck before you can swing that once. You keep winding up like your fucking Jose Canseco there. Come on.
It was kind of comical.
It was very comical because that was like a child's bat, too. I was like, wow, that's a very thin bat.
And I was like, okay, where Michael I've never seen him drive a car. I mean, I'm not against it.
I've never seen him hide out in the back of a car either.
Not a style, man.
Stupid. Yeah.
There's a lot of Michael Myers not his style in this movie for me, but I guess whatever gets me to more kills. Everyone's the last one was boring. He didn't kill enough. All right, well now he's killing too much.
Now he's killed half the town.
Yeah, and then when it goes to the hospital and the family, the Strode family, it's just they're so stupid.
I will say this, the whole hospital part, completely stupid, completely unnecessary for the entire movie, especially because Michael never goes to the hospital.
Dude, I thought he was going to kick those doors in and fuck everybody up.
Yeah.
And they were going to keep moving Laurie to other rooms and put her to the top, put her on the roof, and they just do the showdown on the roof or something. I thought that's where they were going to kind of work it when we got into the third act. But you have to take Laurie Strode out of it. So that's why they give her when she got the operation, I was like, she's going to absolutely do nothing now because she's literally, air quotes, the only one that can stop them. They need each other to exist, basically. So you have to remove this one character. Now Michael's like, what do you want me to do? Go home? Okay, what do you want me to do? Stare at my reflection? That sucks.
I see the monster on the inside, on the outside, and I was on the inside.
You took away his obsession. So now he's just going to get a mirror. Why would you use a window? Whatever.
He's like, it's peaceful.
I guess.
And I can stand.
Yeah, you got me there.
I'm a big walker. I don't know if you know that. I'm a big walker.
He's a good power walker. He has a great presence on screen. I will say that. Like, he has a good stride. They do a lot. There's a lot of good camera work in here to protect him, the way he looks and the way he goes into the. I like that. I mean, and that's
and I like the mask. I liked it overall. I liked his look.
Gripe about the mask is when it came out of the fire. That was an intense fucking fire. I wanted the burn side to be stuck to his face a little more, like melted to his face, because there's a scene where one of the girls pushed the mask off of him, and I really wanted to see it just peel off his face some more. But I didn't know it was going to be such a pinnacle fucking character moment for him to just. I was like, what are you doing, movie? Why are you so hard on? Why do you got the biggest hard on for his fucking mask? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
That should be like. I was like, are they trying to do like subtext in this movie? The mask that. Are they trying to? What are they trying to do, man? Are they trying to? The town gets all amped up for this mob hunt because they're not going to take it anymore. This is a witch hunt. We're going for Michael Myers. Fuck him, right?
Yeah.
And is this subtext? Are you talking about like the political strife in America now? Are you trying to say like we're the monsters and this was his plan from the beginning? What the fuck? What? That's not Michael's MO. He's not going to be like, no, you're the bad guys now. I was like, what? Michael's
they kind of. Here's the thing. No, I don't think that was Michael's plan. I think it was just kind of like I would like that better.
Your behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I felt like that was very human nature. I mean, at this point in the hospital, word's gotten loose to the hospital as well that Michael Myers is alive and kicking. He's back. He's back for round 2, 3, I guess, or no, just technically round 2 in this timeline. And they're in like lockdown, and the shitty daughter's just like, protect my mom. And the granddaughter's like, I got the knife that cut him. I'm gonna leave it with me, Ma.
Yeah, I was like, just put that on eBay.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, whatever. And then like the boyfriend, like at this point now they got the posse going, and the granddaughter's like, I'm gonna go with Lonnie's son, whose name I don't remember because it doesn't really matter because we only remembered Lonnie. And the mom's just like, hell, fuck no, you're not. You're gonna sit there with your grandma. She says, nah, fuck that. Gonna leave the knife and bounce.
His name was Cameron or something.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah. His name is not in the next one. That's for fucking sure.
Oh, I get it. Next one. One.
Yeah. Yeah. I think then at some point we go to Michael Myers' house. Actually, I think we do have to go to Michael Myers' house.
Well, yeah, because some kids are just doing this overly elaborate prank.
Yeah, it was really And we meet Little John and Big John,
I
who
Jesus, kill me now.
they were my favorite characters, Kevin. I was
I
like,
don't-
hey, it's a Mad TV guy. I don't know who that other guy is, but he's got great taste in music.
I didn't know what was going on here.
I didn't know you. All I knew was I just was like, okay, so you're telling me two gay men call each other Little John and Big John. And ironically, one is little and he's called Big, and one is big and he's called Little. Okay, movie. What the fuck's the point of this? Like, someone explain it to me?
Yeah. Are you guys going to kick off another subplot?
They were like, yes, we are. This is the fourth storyline we have running right now. So don't worry, they'll all intersect at the end, and you will not care.
Okay, movie, as long as you promise to murder these asshole kids.
But only the one that didn't annoy you.
You're fucking with me, movie. They're like, hey, we're going to do a little, no, we're not going to do it. I was like, come on, they suck.
Yeah. So these kids pull a prank. They pretend they had a razor blade and a piece of candy.
Oh, so cringe, dude.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. And they say they got it from these two guys. And then another one just like walks into their house, comes up behind, was like, all right, guys, I got the candy. And like puts his arms around both the fucking old men's shoulders, like, ha, got you, motherfuckers. And then they just get up and have banter in the middle of the road, practically. And then they're like, this is Michael Myers' house. Sometimes you can still see his sister. Yeah. They're like, he fucking killed a bunch of shithead kids like you. And they were like, you think they're going to kill us? And he's just like, God, I fucking hope so. And then the movie's like, no.
Big John and Little John said about, listen, guys, we're not going to tell you about Michael Myers out of respect for the audience, okay? So we're going to cut this short, and you guys just run away. Kids are like, no way, man, we're getting our shit in. What's that? We're not scared. Oh, yeah, suck my fucking toes. I was like, oh, God. Please kill them. I prayed to all the horror gods above. I was like, please smoke these fucking kids. And they were like, mm-mm. I was like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. So we hang out with these characters for way too long. And just to kind of tell you that they spruced up Michael Myers' old spot. But Mikey loves to go home again. So, you know, their fucking ass is about to get checked out.
I will say they did a wonderful job redesigning that house.
Didn't like it. Too many dark tones inside it. Didn't like it.
In the dining room area for sure.
Dude,
but
in the bedroom, I couldn't even see where the wall started. I was like, wow, it's like this dark mahogany and this floral like textile pattern on the wall.
Big John style. Okay, you could tell the rooms Little John had a hand in.
Only if you would have said Big John Stud, and then I'd have been like, all right, that's funny, and it's wrestling, but it's old wrestling. I'm not a fan of that particular performer, but I do see that you did let the kids leave and live. Very upset. Maybe you guys could have turned it to a killing duo just to kill the kids. I hate them. They're like, Jesus, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then we spend too long here, and then we're back with the posse, because the posse has got to drive around yelling at people to be like, hey, it's not safe outside. Fucking Michael Myers is out. And I'm like, there's a lot of people that could be in this posse. And then, like, what's his face? Tommy shows up to, like, I don't know, the only functioning auto mechanic in town that's still operating on a Halloween night at like 10:30. And he's just like, I need a bunch of good mechanics.
Dude, and hey, stranger, I know you because we live in a town of 5 people. Take a gun. A gun for you. Do I know how to use this? Just take it. You're going to need it.
Well, yeah, I loved how Lonnie had like a tackle box full of guns, and he was just like, I got to give it to the children.
Yeah. God bless you, children.
Yeah, the children of the future. So it was
it's just like, okay, are these all registered? Are you listed to fucking write me a citation? Are you looking to kill Michael Myers? Hippie?
I was like, you just started a mob. Like, now you're concerned if guns are registered. I mean, I just don't want to go alone. I don't want to go away for a murder. Okay. I just want to beat up Michael Myers. Show him who's boss.
Fucking great, dude. I loved it. I was just like, what in the goddamn hell is happening?
Yeah. And then our shittiest members of our posse, which are
The
babysitter, some old lady,
older babysitter grown up,
yeah,
and it's child, and then it's
the doctor
nurse cosplayer, real doctor nurse.
Yeah, the joke is he's the nurse dressed as a doctor, she's the doctor dressed as a nurse.
I lolled. So they go just cruising for tail.
Yeah.
They stop.
Yeah, I was like, this seems like a swingers party you're about to drive into, you know? Just saying.
Hey, what's that over there? It looks like kids on a swing. And everyone stopped. I was like, Michael? And Michael's like, I'm busy. And I'm like, all right. Hey, kids, you should go inside. Fuck you. All right, I'm done. I'm leaving.
I would have been like, I'm about to fuck you up, you little shits.
Yeah, either someone's catching a pipe in the head, or I'm leaving the kids in Michael.
I would have been like, I'm about to Michael Myers these fucking kids right now.
Yeah, dude. I was like, all right, well, fuck them.
They were like, some fucking creepo pervo is fucking playing hide and seek behind trees with us. And I was like, did you just have these kids call him a pedophile? Seriously? Mm-hmm. I didn't like that part at all.
Well, they were internet kids, but they weren't because there's no internet in this town. Yeah, they were real.
Plenty of full size Snickers for that one fuck though.
They were some real 4chan kids.
Yeah, they were like, we're the fucking founders of 4chan.
We're the internet lady. Fuck with us, you got to get the hordes.
We take it, Peppy back. We don't care. We're dicks. Yeah, that guy had good intentions when he created him, but we just said, nah, that's our frog now. And he's real sad, but we don't give a fuck. 4chan for life. Hashtag my butthole. They're just like, oh man, these kids are. I
don't understand a word they said, but I was terrified.
And then, like, I think Michael shows up with like their friend's head, and then they're just like, "Oh shit, they got Pistol Pete!" They just ran away, and I was just like, "All right, you
never to be seen or murdered again in this movie."
Yeah, that was a sad part. And then Myers is just like,
"No, Dustin, hold on." One of the dumbest scenes in the whole movie. Everyone's in the car except for the girl that went to engage the kids.
Yeah.
Myers is now on top of the car, just doing a tap dance routine. And everyone's got pistols out. I'm like, listen, I don't want to be in this enclosed area with pistols.
They all had guns.
I got an old lady with a fucking Saturday Night Special.
She just kept shooting out all the windows, even though he was on the roof. I was like,
shot the window out and then locked the door. I was like, he'll get you. He will get you. He will open that truck like a can of tuna and get your old ass.
She shot out 3 windows. She was like, come and get us, you motherfucker.
I was like, oh, really? I'm deaf now, ma'am. I don't know what we're yelling at.
Yeah, well, I mean, fucking Dr. No. Every doctor in this movie was like 27 and down with mob mentality. I will say that because later on in the hospital scene, there were several doctors leading the charge to kill.
No, wait, hold on. I got it. Don't ruin my doctor scene because there's a couple of head scratchers I had in that moment. So this scene, it just turns into just a bona fide clusterfuck. So the nurse doctor girl, she runs out, and I don't know why or where, but
she said, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Michael Myers.
Last time we get into a car with white people.
Is in the front seat, and he's just fucking this. He's already pulled her hair out. He's fucking this old lady. He's fucking this old lady up.
He's like, I fucking remember you.
he's just putting in work on her old ass, and she's just like, I'm like,
yeah, the fucking window she shot out coming in hand right now for Mike.
Yeah, Michael, he's just literally in the front seat, driver's seat, just taking her lunch, and the doctor, nurse guy in the back, he goes to say something as the old lady's getting stabbed like 68 times. And Michael just kind of...
he tries to choke him with his stethoscope.
Yeah, because he had to go back and get it. I was like, is that the move? Is that the play?
I didn't understand that.
Is that the... I would have stuck the gun to the side of his head and blew it off. Yeah. But whatever. And then Michael just kind of tilts his head and looks at him and puts his knife in his eye socket through his brain. I laughed and laughed. And then Michael was like, oh, you love that, Kevin? What do you see this? The other chick comes running with it's like a fucking 45, dude. The gun's bigger than her. And she's shooting the car. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not even run up on it. Hit the target, you dumb bitch. She goes up there and Michael's like, what the fuck are you doing? He kicks the door all the way open it smacks the gun perfectly and shoots her own side of her fucking head off. And I was like, I
Yeah.
was still in tears.
It
My
was.
mouth, like, I was like, Michael.
That's what I'm saying. The kills were amazing, but it didn't make any sense. I was like, why is he doing
Michael
this?
slowly got out of the car. He went over to the body of water, and then he put a saddle on a shark. He's like, we're going to jump this fucker. And I was like, well, are we? I thought it was going to go into schlock, dude. I thought we were going to hit a hardcore schlock
That
split.
was the schlock. That's the thing is the schlock only happened when he was on the screen. So
It wasn't even consistent. Like it tonally, it wanted to keep the tone, but it was so begging for just to do crazy kills. And I was like, wow. So
it
now
did. Dude,
he just gun caught at her. He was like, whatever. Like
he
Jackie
fucking
Chan would.
killed the fire department with axes. I mean, when he kicked that door and she shot her face, I was like, I don't know if that one counts, Michael.
He was
I think she gets that one.
He was like tomato.
That was a Corbin kill. Her, yeah.
Just a round. So and then he sees the other girl, and the other girl's like, "Oh, my whole team got murked."
Yeah, she's watching it. She's like, "Let me get this fucking candy bag, dump it out, fold it pretty, unfold it, put a bunch of random bricks that are just sitting by the trash can into it. I'm gonna need about 25 of them.
Ooh, this is heavy.
I'll be able to
Let me
swing
make it
this
24.
twice. Yeah, 24. 23. We'll go down to 23. I'm a 23 brick swinger. That's really where I'm at.
I mean, if that was her name, I'd be like, "That's a cool GT. You should rock 23 brick slinger."
She doesn't get the rocket for long because she hits him twice. He fucking just goes for the choke because he's like, I'm all out of fun weapons. And I don't know, she like kicks him in the leg or something and she runs away.
Yeah.
Very, very stupid, old school horror looking over her shoulder the whole time. And he's just like, I'm doing work. Fucking I can walk a mile in 5. Don't even test me.
Yeah. And then she does the whole cover my mouth. I'm scared. I'm hiding under the.
Yeah, but she made so much noise and it was so quiet. I was like, you can't find her? Come on. I just watched you kill a car full of people and you can't find her? She gets to get by? This is stupid.
It's stupid. And I just want to kind of just double back to this scene right now. I know it comes back later as the mob is out and about. They see you got I think this is Tommy's caravan of people find the SUV.
Tommy and Lonnie both find the SUV at the same time.
And they get out and they find her and they're just like
in the mud for some reason all of a sudden.
She's covered in the mud, but Michael went back to arrange the bodies, Dustin, and put the season of the witch masks from Halloween 3 on all the characters he just killed right there. I was like, what? Does he just keep those at the ready? Yeah. Is that supposed to be a nod for fans going?
Well,
yes.
the kids left their mask. So he took the one mask off the kid's head with the head inside.
Yeah.
And then the kids left their masks, which I was like, okay, cool. Like, I like that, but at the same time, I didn't know if that was like some old school Halloween thing or...
No, it was a nod to the third movie because in the season of the witch, there's a pumpkin mask, a skeleton mask, and a witch mask. That's kind of... You got to really watch it. You'll just be like, what in the fuck? But it's the Myers-less Halloween that like damn near killed the whole franchise. And then they're like, oh, we got to put Michael back in these. What the fuck were we thinking?
Why did we do a fucking Halloween Michael Myers movie without the fucking lead?
Because they thought Halloween was bigger than the character, and then they realized it was the character. And this movie was like, it was stupid. They wanted to make Halloween the whole spooky, and they're like, oh shit, we should put the dude that does the killing in there instead of this basically Tales from the Crypt episode style of a movie. They just shit the bed on it, but. Whatever. I just kind of rolled my eyes at that part. And I was like, listen, it's kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Everyone says that's the worst one, even though it kind of isn't. And everyone says Halloween 3 is just unapologetically the worst one. But I don't know. I was like, I think Halloween H2O, and I go,
well, remember when hip hop came to Halloween Town? Yeah, well, I just remember seeing how many of those were on the shelves at a Blockbuster not moving. I was like, this doesn't seem like a very good movie.
Looking at you, Busta.
Yeah. That was the one where I was like, do I want to watch this? This seems like no one thinks this movie's good. So
Well, that's the thing is
I'll pass.
usually horror fans will watch anything,
Yeah.
especially if you got like a long running series. They're gonna be like, "Oh, did you see the 78th one? Yeah, I didn't really care for it, but they watched it. You know, they'll tell you
Yeah.
everything
Like
they
you.
hated about it, but then
Like you.
nah, don't associate me with those people."
As I do those things.
So I think now we're back at the hospital chaos.
Yeah, what's this? Yeah, let's just cover the hospital chaos because
So, okay,
it's
perfect.
really
You
yeah.
go, we go back to the hospital. Laurie's coming out of her, she's on again, off again coma thing, but she's good to go ish. And then we got Hawkins. They roll his monkey ass up in there, put him in the same room.
Yeah.
What
They're like,
in
you
the
know each other.
convenient
You had a
fuck?
romance, possibly.
Yeah,
That's
get in
never
there,
been talked about or alluded to before this point. This hospital room.
stupid central characters. Everyone in the same room. And I was like, okay. Then they start chit chatting. You kind of find out like Hawkins is trying to take the heat. I'm just summing this all up before it all just goes to shit because no one
Yeah,
cares.
that's fine.
Hawkins is like, nah, Laurie, it ain't about you. It was about me. And I was like, hey, Hawkins, if you try to fucking change this whole narrative of this franchise, go to fucking hell. I hope you die right there.
He's like, well, not only am I going to do that, Kevin, but I'm not gonna die either.
And I was like, you
Not like I did in Purge Forever, where they fucking shotgunned me to the dome.
piece of shit. And I was like, what is this movie doing? You're trying to tell everyone it really wasn't about Laurie the whole time from a character that was there. Like Michael's just like, yeah, man, he could have marked me back on the Dizzy, but he's a bitch. I was like, what?
Yeah, like I was like, well, dude, I don't think that makes it about you. It just that's your moment in which you fucked up. That's your I wish I could get that back moment. It doesn't change that it's all about Laurie. Like he didn't come fucking kill your ass or make sure the job was done on you. He left you on some trade tracks. It was like, meh, good enough.
Yeah, and
So
why
I
would
thought
you
that was
want?
weird. I really didn't like that flashback to that point. And then like the other guy was like, give me your gun. Accidents happen. Okay, take this gun. And I was like, what?
Well, so okay,
Why? Is
you're
anyone
protecting the
checking
rookie,
this in the
right?
70s? Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, so you're protecting him, right? So you're like, hey, you tried to do the right thing. I want to protect you. Switch guns. They're not gonna ballistics won't make the match. And I was like, are they doing that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. They got
Are they
Michael
doing that on
Myers.
this particular case where Mike Myers went and killed a bunch of people and one of them is a dead officer? Like, I don't know.
The whole point is they were just going to shoot him dead right then and there.
Yeah.
They were like, this he is nothing but unfucking bridled evil. Let's just shoot him in the back of the head. And then the cop was like, nah, dog, justice.
Due process.
I
Due
was like,
process.
where is the motive? Where's the part where he just killed your partner right in front of you? You did.
I mean, that's because he did. Yeah.
But still, where's it? You would chalk that up to some sort of weird vengeance,
Yeah.
right? Like you tried to do the right thing. Yeah, you're a shitty shot. I get it, but you tried. You know,
I just feel like he would have been pulled off him before being able to stop him at all. Because like there was like 19 police officers, and all of them were like, "There he is, that fucking evil Mike Myers. Get him, that motherfucker!" Like they were like,
Yeah.
like they were like friendly fire was on, and Dr. Loomis was in the kill zone, and they were still ready to
Dude,
just
Loomis was like, look at this guy's
shit.
KD. His KD is through the fucking roof. We got to put him down now.
gotta put him down. He's about to get napalm. All right, we do not want
He's
that.
gonna
Our
get a
team
nuke
cannot
and take out
recover.
the whole map.
He's gonna take out the whole map, and it's fucking. I can't deal with that. I'm not gonna be on the final kill cam. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Loomis out.
And I was so blown away. It's like, why are you trying to fuck with the history of this right now? It doesn't really work.
I liked the first time they did it. I didn't
no,
like
the
any of the
first
other
time,
times they came back. I was like,
I thought they were going to kind of go back and forth with the struggles of
Mhm.
building up Michael and how the town tried to adjust to it, and that's why the town's kind of snapping, and they're almost like this weird throwaway horror town where they just no one you don't come here to live here, you come here to fear Halloween. Oh wow, the prices are great. You know, when it starts getting into this real world, like your town can't live in the real world, right? Because nothing makes sense.
Yeah, no one would keep living there. It'd just be
It would be like that
a
one
ghost
town in
town,
like
like-
Virginia or whatever that stays burning or something. Like no one's going to live there. And when it teeters into those real world expectations and scenarios, and like it becomes dumb because they're not trapped on an island. They're not trapped in the the netherverse or some else world thing. They're just move. They just move.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the part where I'm like, yeah, you're getting too big. Your mythos is bigger and more elaborate, but it stops becoming believable.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't.
it just didn't make like I saw what they were trying to do, trying to add this extra layer of what happened that night or something.
Right.
I just didn't understand this layer that they added because I was like, who gives a fuck about this cop? Are you gonna do
Yeah.
anything
How does
with
that
this?
change?
And they were like,
Did that
no.
change Hawkins' motivation from almost dying on the train tracks to whatever he did in the first movie that I can't remember? And
They're
now
like,
for
well, we hope.
that obligatory like sub character, you just gave it to the Tommy character, and he's just like, I'll bash anybody's heads in. Look twice at me that says the word Michael Myers. Ah, I'm like, okay, dude, like you're fucking roiding out right now.
Yeah, and so then they all end up at the hospital. Like half the town is at the
The whole
hospital.
town's there, dude.
Yeah, and I was
Everyone's
like,
there.
why are you all there? Because of Laurie? Or like I don't have an answer. I do not have
Was
an answer.
everyone yelling from the car, go home or go to the fucking hospital? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Go home or go to the hospital, I guess. And they were
Some
like,
characters
hey,
were
you know
there
what?
because, oh, was my son. I was like, no, your son was on a fence, lady. Like, and then we show his
Yeah.
body uncovered and you see it later. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I was just like, wait, so all these people like, oh, I don't know where my family members are, so I'll go to the hospital? That's not where you go. You go to the police station.
Police are at the hospital. They left a note on
Yeah,
the
because
door that
everyone went
said,
to the
"Meet us at the
hospital. They were just like,
hospital."
fucking come to the hospital. We'll be there. And the sheriff's just like, hey, I'm gonna just why am I in this movie?
Dude, the sheriff, I thought he
They're
was
gonna
like,
step on my cowboy hat and I'm gonna be real sad.
yeah, I was like, what is the sheriff doing? I
Yeah.
thought he was like a fucking a goddamn marshal or something. I was like,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Is he gonna have to
Yeah.
call in the National Guard to stop one fucking mass killer?
Well, then so Tommy shows up. He talks to Laurie. He's like, "I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him." She's like, "You get him, Tommy. You fucking get him." And I was just like, "Laurie, what do you? Look at this boob. He's not gonna get anything. He's gonna get the fucking herpes. That's about all he's gonna get. It's probably gonna be from a toilet seat. Like, no.
He's like, come on, dude. I got the
He's
bat.
like,
I got the baseball bat.
I got the little kid's baseball bat. I got the old Huckleberry. That's a
Dude,
child's bat, sir. That's a child's bat.
those
You're
little
sweet.
like commemorative Dodger baseball bats, those will fuck you up, dude. Like,
Yeah, but not an unstoppable killing machine.
I don't know.
Like,
That might be
at
what
no
Michael's
point
like.
was I
Oh,
was
those
like,
hurt.
Michael
Those hurt a
Myers
lot.
Michael Myers is in danger. Old Huckleberry's gonna take a bite out of him. Like, no,
At least put like a train spike through the bat, right? Something cool.
that'll fuck up the swing. You'll get like one swing and then it'll be broken, especially that slim little fucking thing.
Cool.
I always go by Final Fantasy rules. That was his dick size. Slim. Okay? Slim. Slim and childlike. All right? Poor Tom. That's the rules. It's always Final Fantasy rules. Okay?
I don't like it.
Well, too bad. Blame Final Fantasy.
But what I do like is it just basically turns into Black Friday because they think Michael's there.
Literally goes to this mob of people. He's just like, evil dies tonight. And I was like, who wrote this? P.U. And then the cop, he lets it go on for like 25 minutes.
I was like, oh, sir, you're losing them.
And
You
he was
better
just
put
like,
your foot down on this.
he's like, Tommy, you gotta knock it off. He's like, no, evil
Fuck you.
dies tonight. Jim, you know what's going on. And Jim's just like, you fucked my daughter, Tommy, but I'm with you. Evil
No,
dies
dude.
tonight.
When he said evil dies tonight, they look over to this one brunette lady and they're like, say it. And she's like, evil dies tonight. And I laughed and I was like, you just lost them. You just lost them. They're all ready to kill. You got mob rule now.
Yeah, got mob rule. The posse has spoken.
My
Posse gonna kill any escaped mental patient who's a maybe like
crashed a Beamer.
5'4", crashed a Beamer, has a big
So
slash on
they're
his face.
like,
Definitely fucking Michael Myers.
is that him? And I was like, well, let's all take a step back. Let's remove ourselves from mob rule. Michael Myers, probably 6'6", walking tank. That guy maybe 5'2", old and feeble. Maybe
Old
not.
evil looks like he's pissed himself, and
Twice.
he's shown up for medical attention.
Twice. Still
Yeah,
pissing.
twice. Yeah, he hit a fucking electrical box that made him piss on command. It was just like, I pissed.
But
I
not
pissed.
his command.
Not his command, God's command. God said piss, and he went. So,
He got a little electro on his little pee-pee and it fucking pee-peed. His pee-pee.
and so this hospital loses his goddamn
This
mind.
hospital
This
thinks
fucker
it's
shows
Black
up.
Friday. He's got the last PS5.
He's got, yeah, he does. They don't know about that warehouse that Walmartville has full of PS5.
Dustin, they know. They don't care.
They don't care. They're like, we want that one. That's the one we want. It's $5 off, and it comes with a free game.
I wept. Fucking Laurie. They run by. Laurie's like, yo, what the fuck? Is that the last PS5? And this some doctor grabs her. She beats him in the nuts.
Yeah, reopening. Yeah, I was like, what's up with these doctors? They're super aggressive. What's the? Did you forget your fucking oath, you motherfuckers?
The oath
She's
for
just
PS5.
like, yeah, he's just like, PS5. Gotta play the Miles game still. And then she's just like, oh, and then fucking Judy Gear's just like,
Xbox at home. Fuck you.
Judy Gear's just like, let me get back to bed, Mom. She's just like, my fucking stitches. They didn't tell me I couldn't knee people the fucking gut.
He cranked his nuts so hard. I was
he
like,
wasn't even the best doctor, though. I mean, there was that one doctor that was like fucking pounding the glass with the fucking, with the fire extinguisher. He was just like, I fucking work here. Don't keep me out. They're going to eat my puddings.
I bought the plastic plates for the PS5 to customize it. I just need the system. Fuck!
Overheating them? I don't care. It looks fucking better.
So sick. Dude, I laughed and I laughed. I mean, this movie did make me laugh a bunch, so fucking right on.
So I'm telling you, man, it was schlocky. I laughed at a bunch of dumb shit.
I don't want to say it was schlocky because the Malignant was
close. It was
because
close.
this has rules.
At least I laughed at this one and enjoyed parts of it. I didn't really enjoy Malignant.
No,
I was just more of like, is this happening?
Exactly.
Does this happen?
Malignant's a horrible movie, but it's so. But Halloween has rules, and they really kind of drove it home in the first one, and they kind of just started kind of saying fuck it in this one.
Rules suck in horror, Kevin. You want to know
No,
why? Because
they make
no
good
one
horror.
can stick with it. Okay, no one can stick with it.
But these guys.
So
I thought they were going to be able to do it. Like, I didn't love their version of the first one, but I didn't dislike it. This I greatly disliked.
Well,
The problem that I wanted to address a little bit from earlier is you took the obsession out. Laurie Strode on a good day, she's going to Linda Hamilton this whole fucking place and kill this motherfucker. They know that. She's already far beyond driven. They didn't bring the daughter and they didn't bring the granddaughter into it. If you would have had three bad sisters doing it for the girls, lock and loaded, macheted up, go into the schlock that way of like everyone out of the hospital, he's going to come here and he won't stop until I'm dead. That's it. Get the fuck out. I'm so pilled up. I got my guts taped in, but I'm going to make sure he dies tonight. Evil dies tonight, so you can use your stupid fucking, baby back ribs line.
I want my evil. I want my evil dies tonight.
And that's what I was really hoping this movie would do. And I'd be like, no, Mom, you can't do it. And she's going to be like, honey, alone. Oh, shit, we got machetes. We got fucking sawed-off shotguns. We're going to put this motherfucker in the dirt. We're tired of running. It's affected our town. It's affected the people we love. It's changed lives for 40 years. This motherfucker, we're ziplocking him. We're putting him in a Ziploc bag. We're throwing him in the fucking ocean. He ain't never coming back. And I'm going to wear his mask every time I take a shit because fuck him. And I'd been like, yo, this is dope. Let's go. Let's fucking go. No, not a third one. No more of these. We're good. Take a break, reboot it. But have the daughter. She can.
The granddaughter.
She could be the new Michael Myers because she couldn't believe that she helped kill a whole bunch of people with her mom and grandma. Whatever. Because, do something like that. I really wanted it to go that way. but you took the best character, Laurie, out of it. I was like, well, she got her operation. I was like, she's not going to do anything. And then they try to make her walk. I was like, someone get her a wheelchair, you idiot
Yeah.
assholes.
Well,
Don't
that's
take
why I
her out
didn't
on
care
Black
about the
Friday.
hospital thing. Because, again, I knew, what little I know is that she is the obsession. And so I thought, I did question. I was like, are they trying to change that by him not coming here? Because then it made everything in the hospital just feel
Worthless. Like, why are we here?
worthless, pointless, and not helping the story at all. And so basically, they chase down this escaped mental patient, Laurie's Judy Gear. I'm just calling her that because that's all she's doing.
Her name's
She's not-
Allison.
whatever. She's not fucking acting like no Allison.
She's not acting, period, bro. Like,
Yeah, she acts more in those fucking orange juice commercials than she does in this fucking movie.
The only reason you would call her an actor is because she's in front of a camera. That is it. She does nothing of the craft, of the profession. Shows up and talks. Karen, the Karen character, she's even worse.
Oh, she's real bad.
She's worse.
Well, I think that's the fault of the writers in the movies because they don't give them anything to do. They're just like, I worry about grandmother now.
Yeah, they're not powerful female characters like Laurie is. Like, Laurie's like one of the goats. Like, she's the original final girl, I'd say. I don't know. Fight me. I don't know. Don't at me. But she's up there. She's one of the goats. And now you want to be like,
but her daughter has just lost her husband. The granddaughter's just lost her father, and everyone's just kind of like,
get angry.
Don't worry about me, Ma. Yeah. So she helps this escaped mental patient by locking him between two corridors.
That seems scary.
And not telling him to like hide in a room or anything. Just stand in the middle until the mob crushes you like the Red Sea. And so he's like, nah, get me this way. I'm taking myself out of the game. He sees fucking fire extinguisher doctor guy and is like, I can do that too. And then he fire extinguishes a window, splats out, keeps talking after he's dead on the floor, which I thought was great. I was just like, oh, gross. And then I think that's when they realize that they're fucking lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah, they are the monsters on Maple Street.
Yeah. And then Laurie's just like, that's not fucking him. And Tommy's like, are you sure? We don't know. No one's ever seen Michael Myers' face. I was like, well, I don't think he would suicide off the fucking 20th floor of a hospital, you dickheads. I think he would probably...
you know what? He would one punch later land on the ground and keep knifing you guys.
Yeah. Like, that's his fucking anime move. He just fucking clouded down there and just like... So... But, so then the hospital's pretty much like bullshit, and the mom's gonna go find her daughter. At this point, fuck, man. Michael, yeah, it is a little bit. Michael has made it home and is now playing Ding Dong Ditch with Big John, Little John.
You know what I would have allowed is this. If Laurie would have been like, he's going to go home, because Laurie knows what's up. She's known what's up in every movie. And they would have I think they did it in H2O. I don't remember when they were like live streaming from his house or something.
H2O.
But then set the trap for him at his house. Do something that makes like your characters make sense. I don't know. But when they sandbagged her, man, they just fucking shit on her character. Disgusting.
So he plays Ding Dong Ditch. He knocks on the back door, knocks on the front door. I mean, this motherfucker who's pretty much just walk through doors all of a sudden is just like, hey, not in my house. My house, no broken windows. Another
grumpy thing is we don't need any more scary tension to be built up. Like, is Michael there? Is he not there? He's
stomping through town murdering people. The rest of the town's murdering just rando jackasses.
When he body bagged like 18 firefighters and we go back to the crime scene to see him all cut in half and shit, he's not... I don't need him being spooky anymore. I just need him walking down the street, just fucking shit up. Like you took away the mystique a little bit. You didn't have us ease into him.
Yeah.
You just had him fucking
now it's more frightening if he's in my path, not so much like, is he coming type of thing.
Yeah.
So then he's in the house that like, they know someone's in their house, and instead of
let's split up,
not going into the split up. One of us go upstairs, one of us stays downstairs. I would have been like, okay, we'll come back in the morning. We have insurance. I would have done, Dustin?
I would have looked at him like, hey, boyfriend, I know it's 40 years. I know this is Myers' house. I know we're watching old shitty like pornographic-esque horror movies, but maybe we should watch the news. Oh, you know what? Let's just leave. You know what? I don't even want to
High
think
off
about
their
it.
asses, dude.
Yeah, yeah, they're high off their butt honey or whatever they're eating in the ganja, and I was like, I still can leave.
Yeah,
Why would
that
I?
guy, I don't understand that guy at all. He's like, I like to get high, talk about my mom keeping bees, and then lick this honeycomb thing.
I was like, you're weird.
And then Little John was just like, can we go to bed? Because we have to talk about our finances in the morning. Because, like, how expensive is that fucking honey? Is that like $20 a jar? Because that's ridiculous. We don't have $20 a jar honey, okay? I'm not calling you honey. I'm talking about the honey.
Good night, everyone. I need the bell.
But no, instead, yeah, they split up, and
I was like, please make this click, Michael.
yeah, no, he doesn't. It takes forever. He pushes Big John's eyes through his head.
Dude, he stabbed him under the armpit, and I was like, he's dead in seconds. So I was like, well, I don't know why he's screaming because all his blood is running out of that fucking artery.
Well, then he pushes his eyes in, and then Little John comes up, and he's like, "You've come home, Michael." And I was like, "Is this the end of the movie? Is it in right here? It should, because that was a really bad line."
Well, you know what I almost thought was going to happen? They were going to pull just for you bringing it up, like Friday the 13th, where like Jason, and just kind of like confuse him for a second, like, it's your mother, Jason. You know, we know your story. We know why you're here. You know what I mean? Like something to kind of make him stop and think, just so he can like run away or throw like, I don't know what weapon he had, a fucking butter knife at him, the honey. I don't know.
He had another kitchen knife.
Yeah, I was like, are they going to do that? Are they going to try to like talk to him even more? Hey, I can take you to Laurie. I know where she's at. You know what I mean? You bought the house because you're a big fan of horror and memorabilia, like Roseanne Barr in the Nightmare on Elm Street, where she shows up. She's like, oh, I just love spooky shit. And you're like, what?
Yeah. No, instead he just kills him.
You don't even get to see it.
You don't get to see it happens off camera.
I mean, they just gave you a guy jumping out of a window, but they did show that more than I thought they would. They didn't show the impact, but they did show the fucking raspberry jam on the street. I did like that.
And his mouth moving. Cool. He was like, habba, habba, habba. I was just like, oh, damn, he's still in it. That was not a quick release for him.
You still want to know why you guys forced him to kill himself.
Why? They're just like, oh, he's asking too many questions. Fucking evil dies tonight. Evil dies.
Just stomping on his gut.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, it's all in my boots.
They slip and fall. Oh, I blame this guy. I hurt my hip.
I'm suing this hospital too. Fucking evil did not die tonight, and I'm hurt.
Let's go get Carl's. It's still open.
Parties. And then like Lottie and his shithead kid and shithead granddaughter,
Dustin,
they're just like,
when you're hunting down a serial killer that's tormented you for 40 years, are you taking your fucking son?
Yeah, I'm taking the last of my lineage, and
I don't know, Dustin. Your son looks like a pussy. You think he's got the nuts to fucking pull the jammy?
Still wearing the dress. Put on a jacket though. But I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, this whole
brought this kid to changing pants.
They're soft as baby shit. I'm like, you're gonna take that's your backup?
And then he was like, hey, my son's girlfriend, let me tell you a story about me smoking peyote with your dad, and he got like real belligerent and crazy with your mom. This is a funny story. All right, I gotta go.
I was like, cool story. You guys are losers.
Yeah. And then he knocks on the fucking door, Kevin.
Yeah, dude. I thought he was just going to kick it in and start shooting everything.
I was like, what are you doing? Why are you announcing yourself? A, you're not a police officer. B, are you trying to sneak up on him and kill him?
Michael's like, yo. No one sneaks up on me, dude. You ain't going to catch me slipping unless I'm looking out a window.
But Tommy said, we got to play his game. If you see him, you got to play peekaboo with this motherfucker. And I was like, Tommy, what? These are a bunch of mechanics. What are you talking about, you dumb fucking asshole? Whatever.
It was super stupid.
Yeah. Oh, and I think at this point, Tommy and like the daughter, whatever her name is,
Karen.
Yeah, I knew it started with a of course it's Karen. She's just like, I don't need your excuses. I need a car. Because he's like, I didn't know it wasn't Michael. It could have been Michael. They're just like, yeah, maybe Michael Jackson.
He's a 4'3" fucking Spanish man. He wasn't him.
He looks like the janitor for the IT crowd, and you want to fucking, goddamn it, fucking whatever. Get in the car. Let's get in your Griblet hatchback, you motherfucker.
Look at mob mentality. Damn.
So back to Lonnie. Lonnie goes in the house. A gunshot goes off 0.05 seconds later. And then the kids are just like, oh, fuck that. And then they don't immediately find his body. His body, I'm going to just jump to it, Kevin, is smashed in the stairs to the attic. And I was like, how did this happen in the 2 seconds he walked into the house?
It's that kind of cookie dough.
Yeah.
Michael's like, get in there. Ah, fuck, this isn't working. I'm going to smush you real good. The kids are coming. I got to cut this out.
Oh, I got to do this real fast. Oh, man. Fucking, I should have watched Home Alone twice.
It gets even better because why the kids are fucking dude. No one can clear a house like the characters in this movie.
No, she's shotgunning everything. There, what the fuck? Like, who puts
there's a full blown pumpkin jack o' lantern?
Yeah,
sitting on the hat shelf in a closet.
Yeah, just fire hazard all night.
She headshots it.
Yeah, Michael's just like, ha, now I know your location. Not that you didn't walk around cocking a shotgun, dropping shells every 2 seconds, but whatever.
She's cocking the gun. Like, when he held the gun up and it made that noise, I was like, that's not what guns don't do that.
He's like, oh, this guy does. It was in my dad's tackle box. I got to find him.
It's not even loaded. I don't know what I'm doing.
It doesn't matter. He's not gonna shoot anything. Yeah, so she fucking lights up that pumpkin, and then they hear footsteps above them. They're like, he must be upstairs. Let's go. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies. Yeah, they're all very concerned. Like, they all go up the stairs, checking above them. Like, I'm sure he's back there. He's just gonna jump down on my head and like ride me like a fucking, like the pool game where you're riding someone's shoulders, but on the stairs, and that'll hurt my knees. I don't want to do that, so I'll check, make sure he doesn't jump.
Chicken fight?
Yeah, I'm doing a chicken fight on the stairs.
Pool game. Everybody's like billiards.
I can't fucking remember.
Bumper pool? What is he talking about?
Yeah, bumper pool. 8-ball. And then they split up.
Dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight. They split up again. Girlfriend's got to find Big John, Little John, embracing and love, and they're.
What was she doing? I was like, "This is a crime scene, bitch! Stop touching everything."
Oh man, everyone touched everything in this fucking movie. There was no crime.
When the firefighters died, there was like 17 cops walking all over that crime scene.
You're like, Jesus, I'm stepping on so much evidence.
I was like, what's happening? Sheriff, you run a sloppy shop.
He's like, I do. APV out on one Michael Myers. He's a bad hombre.
And go on Indeed and open up a posting for firefighters. We're running low.
Running low. Get some from the next town over to die. Get some doctors while you're there too. Fucking Laurie Strode's been fucking kneecapping every one of them. And then
I had a good
boyfriend finds
stomped all over. By the way,
huh?
I had a great Indeed.com joke that just.
Oh, sorry.
It's too late. Come a firefighter, guys. Go to Indeed. I don't know if that's how it works. It's funny at the time.
Maybe I saved it. I don't know. Might have been embarrassing for you. People are like, this guy obviously doesn't know how Indeed works. Anyway, he finds his dad accordioned into the staircase in the attic. And then Michael's just like, boom, motherfucker, I got you. And just charges him from very poorly. Like, why would these two very aesthetically articulate gay men have just like an accordion closet at the top of their stairs, Kevin?
It's an old house, dude. You don't decide where that shit goes. The house was built probably like the 60s.
Did you see how they remodeled everything else?
Yeah,
I beg the difference.
The attic
anyway,
thing could
comes out and he just starts rocking this kid. She runs away. He just starts smacking him through the fucking railing of the stairs for some reason. I don't know. He really just did not like this kid. He was like, boys wear dresses now? Ew! Michael Myers doesn't understand this.
The only thing I didn't like about this is I thought they were doing the whole teasing thing. Like, I know a bunch about the killer. That's the bloodline. Why would he focus on the Alyssa girl or Allison? But he's like fucking with this dude that's like 120 pounds and soaking wet. I'm like, dude, just fucking murk this motherfucker already. He's like bouncing smashing his head on the rail.
To the kill with the guy at the guy's house where he was doing the same thing through the fucking wall with him. So I was just like, these kills have they're just too similar. And yeah, I don't see why this kid would be breathing or telling her
He
to
should have
run.
just like punched him in the fucking. Michael should have just like grabbed his head, picked him up by his whole head, broke his neck as he threw his body over. You know what I mean? Just used his body weight to break the neck and just flipped him over the banister. I'd been like, yo, that was dope. And just slowly, methodically walked to her because the Allison girl has a broken leg for being thrown down the stairs. And I was like, okay, this is going to be the moment. And she backs her, like Michael backs her up. And then, I don't know, like the pitchfork that the other character alluded to. I'm going to use a pitchfork on those kids. Yeah. He gets pitchforked in the back by fucking Karen. And Alyssa's like, yeah, Bob, get it. Get that shit.
And then they just stand there. I was like, this man's an unstoppable killing machine. You just pitchforked him in the back. I think push it down.
In the back. He falls down on the stairs. And then she like head stomps him. I'm like, dude, you're like a 90-pound chick. I don't think your leg stomp is going to like crush his skull or tap him out. This dude
and then she steals the mask.
When she takes the mask, and I was like, well, is that the only thing? Like, I would have been way more excited if she was like, Laurie's my mom. You know what I mean? Like, he should have recognized her in a weird way. He should have looked at her. He's like, that's right, Michael. You know what I mean? Like, you know who I am. You know,
like that's what I thought was like he knew the bloodline, like
that would have been way cooler instead of he's like, no, man, that's my original Captain T. Kirk fucking bullshit mask. I was like,
I need it back.
But then it's like, if you're going to have him, you're going to have like this weird story or dialogue or story seat where Michael's like, I am the monster and I know I am and I hide behind the mask because even I'm scared of who I am. Okay, so now he's methodical, right? So now he's thinking. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have those simple animal desires because one guy was like, he's apex predator. He will kill until he. And I was like,
well, and then like the sheriff or I don't know who he is, the fucking guy in the hospital bed. He was like, he's a 6-year-old trapped in a monster man's body with like nothing but killer instinct or something. I was like,
well, everybody knows.
The fuck? Shut up. That was stupid.
Well, so they're kind of like teetering on, like he's fear. Like he runs on fear. Like you're scared of him. And it's like Nightmare on Elm Street 1. You don't believe in him. Freddy can't hurt you. Oh, you go give him fear. And I was like, are you just trying to say that as an overall encompassing thing for him? Of like,
no, they definitely kept alluding to something like the town is feeding him, and that's why he keeps, killing and living, and nowhere is that more articulate than so basically she leads him to the middle of a road, drops his mask, and she's like, I got you, motherfucker. And then the posse shows up and their trucks, and Michael's trapped, and they're just like, yeah, we're going to fuck you up. And they let him put on the mask, which I was like, don't let him put on the mask. Clearly, that means something to him.
You know what was weird about this scene is the way the story is presented. I was rooting for Michael the whole time.
I know, don't you? I was kind of like, that guy's dressed like an asshole. They got guns. I think most of these people look like dicks. I don't know.
No.
Maybe Michael's right. This town does need to be punished. Evil dies tonight. It's the town.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I was like, well, is there
you feel sympathy for him because he's actually just like getting his ass whooped for.
Well, the problem was like, guy. I felt like he's just a bad guy because he's kind of. There's no reason to really. He's just like the killer, right? So I just assume you're the bad guy, like. But when you're trying to give him motivation, now I'm interested in that. Like, well, what is he? Well, you're. What? Like, and like the zombie ones, he's been abused. He's in the psych ward. They're trying to like crack his brain open and figure out what's wrong with him. His upbringing. He's just this giant, like, kind of sloth type guy, right? He's just fucking super powered, has the mind of a child, and he just can't stop until he, gets that unicorn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in this, I'm like, are you guys trying to say is there supposed to be like it opened up compassion where I was like, is it?
I kind of felt like it was,
like real Elephant Man stuff. You know what I mean? Like now I feel sorry for him. Is he really this monster?
They made mention that he was like the weird kid, and that the guy that dies in the beginning.
They sent me over to his house to play with them. Yeah, like you're given what? I was so taken back by that. that
Because
approach.
now you're like, okay, well, we're going to the nature versus nurture fucking argument for raising children right now. Like, what the fuck, So,
Yeah, and I was like, wow, he just
and I was
is.
kind of like, okay, I think they're gonna kill him.
Yeah,
And he holds his own for a little bit. Like, don't bring a gun to the fucking Michael party because he will slap that shit and kill someone else with it like real quick. So I was like, all right, and
yeah.
they're just
Before,
shooting and beating the shit out of him.
yeah. So they do like a fucking boot party on him, and you do get to see the back of his head. Like they
Yeah,
protect his face pretty well, and he's an older guy. Because if you got to think about it, if he's 6 and Laurie was a teenager at that time, he's got like 10, probably maybe even 10 to 15 years on her.
yeah,
And Laurie's old as shit in this.
yeah.
Like, no disrespect to, fucking Jamie Lee. She's fucking great, but she's an older lady in this. And that's what made her character so kind of vulnerable, but her acting and her attitude so awesome. And like that, goddamn, he's fucking these dudes up. He's just yoked.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah. And then the fucking shitty daughter Karen comes over, stabs him once, leaves
Where did
the
a Christmas
knife.
sweater? Where did that Christmas sweater come from?
She had it on the whole movie, Kevin. I don't know.
But it's not Christmas time.
I know. I don't fucking know, man.
Was that a fuck
I,
you to
I
the
wondered that
audience?
too. I was just like, what? I don't get it.
Maybe that was some like Easter egg that I just missed.
Or it could have been like the only thing left for her that wasn't blood soaked. So she
Yeah,
had to,
maybe.
I don't know.
Part of me almost wants to see like all the Easter eggs that they sprinkled into 1 and 2, but then I'd have to like hear
Care.
some asshole on YouTube talk about them, and I'd be like,
For
"Ah,
like way too long and be like,
Yeah.
remember this about and you're just like, fuck, I already know this part. How long are you gonna talk about this part? Give me an ETA, you fucking shit, way too long.
mhm."
And then like she leaves because then Tommy's like, we got this. You don't need to see this part. I'm like, she just participated in the stabbing and the murder. Like, I think she can stay. But she's like, no, I'll go back and be a good mom to my daughter, I guess.
With their broken fucking leg, super broken leg.
And then they're like, we're like closing out the movie now, talking about, evil, blah, 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 blah. And then it looks like he's fucking dead. Huckleberry has not been hit on him fucking once in a rewarding fashion. And then he pops the knife out of his back. And I actually love this part. He just fucking starts getting these motherfuckers. He's just like, I got some for everyone.
It's weird too. He does got
it's
stuff from everyone. It's almost this weird montage. They try to make it like a play. It's all poetic, and he's shot in the light, and the darkness is all surrounding. He's just gracefully moving from asshole to asshole, fucking wrecking them.
And they just show Tommy. He's just like, so do I jump in now or no? I'll wait to die.
It turned into the same fight as the firefighters.
Yeah.
Everyone takes turns getting killed, like a kung fu movie. They just.
I didn't like it on this because the firefighters, I bought it. Okay, they have limited visibility to each other. They're wearing heavy equipment and they're all swinging axes. Okay, there's a reason they're not all jumping at this guy at once. Okay, granted, some of them should have made different decisions that day, but this mob is like stupidly getting torn apart by him when he should be basically dead. And I was like, my God, what the fuck?
Well, the movie told me that every time he kills, he levels up. So he gets more chi off the time. He's like Goku. He's like, give me your power.
Yeah.
The spirit ball.
And then we go back to the house and fucking Karen wanders upstairs.
Being a real Karen.
Yeah. Just for she's like, take my daughter. I'm fucking done dealing with her. Wanders upstairs in an active crime scene. And stands in Jason's I did it in Michael's spot. Okay, I just like the Jason character better.
Send all tweets to.
Don't send me a none. I'll just be like, I fucked up and owned it. Leave me alone. And she stands in Michael's spot, and then he shows up and like unrewardingly kills her. And I was like, what?
You know what I wanted, man?
How did he get past all those people? He had to walk the way through all the people to get here.
He's a pop-up guy. He went around back.
And I love how they kind of explain it. He's like, he was right here. They just disappeared to the fence. And I was like, oh, are we going to explain any of that? And they were like, no, not at all. We're just going to keep mentioning it.
His sneak is at 100.
It sneaks at like 200. He's just like, I fucking lowered my charisma and just like boosted this part. So so over
He's
here.
got it's like Skyrim. He's got it at 100, but then he has these things that add bonuses on top of it. I'm like, dude, is that cheating? You're cheating, right?
He's like, yeah, I'm super fucking cheating. Evil dies tonight.
You know what I would really loved? I really would have loved this since we're already just fucking running this shark, jumping it, fucking it. We're doing all kinds of things to it. Stood and looked at, because they're doing the whole reflection gimmick, right? If she would have been there and just closed her eyes for a second and opened them, and then he's behind her again, and he just stuck the knife right on the fucking top of her head and pushed her right out the window, and you cut to the outside of the house and it just snap zooms in on him, and it's just like, evil dies tonight, Halloween kills, boom. And that's it. It does like a fucking Texas Chainsaw part 2 ending where you're just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? The movie's over? You just hit me with this wild shit. And the movie was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, it didn't, like, okay, granted, not a lot in this movie made sense, but even for this movie's logic, that last scene was really weird. Where I was like, what the fuck? What? Wasn't he just over murking all those motherfuckers? Now he's just like, no, I gotta go back to the house. And I was like, no, why is he going back to the house again? This is stupid. Why would he do that twice in one night? That's dumb.
You know what I
would get
say?
one house visit.
So here's it was kind of in like I think it's Jason 8 in Manhattan. There's a part where they're in the ship and he's running down, the kid's running, and then Jason's clearly behind him on the stairs. And then the kid makes it down to like the boiler room part of the boat or whatever. And then Jason's already there. Like he teleports. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the very first times where you're like, whoa, magic? Like, is this like
you said Jason? Are you talking about Jason or Michael?
Yes. No, not Michael. Michael never really did any of that. He just would randomly
he did it a lot now.
He did it a lot now, but like
that's why I like the Rob Zombie one. They were like, nah, we showed this man got his steps that day. All right.
The Rob Zombie one, he was more like a dude.
Yeah.
He was just a big, crazy, scary dude. But that's what I'm saying in Friday the 13th. He kind of did that. And it was super obvious. And that was one of the very first times you were like, what is there something else going on here? Is he not just a slasher movie? You know what I mean? Is this not just guy, stab, kill, repeat? So I don't know. I would have took my.
Call that bad editing.
It's just a stupid hook. Like, you had to kill her because fuck her. I would have either done that, my ending, where he knifes her in the head, pushes her out the window, and you just slam cut, whatever, you're out. Or do something super awful, have her close her eyes, have her look up, and she sees the reflection of the mask that she's wearing the mask. She sees that reflection in the window. And then she just has a knife down by her side and she looks at it. And I'm like, great. The next one we're going to do, the girl is going to be the killer. And everyone's going to go, fucking boo. And I'm going to go, yeah, fuck my audience.
I mean, I would have just been fine with her looking out the window, and just seeing him across the street, and it just ends there. I just didn't need him.
Kind of like how they did in the originals, and they did it twice in this one, where she's got her Christmas sweater, and she's looking up, and you're like, what? Yeah. You're trying to look to see what he saw when he looked out. You're never going to know what he saw, because no one does. And when you try to explain it, it doesn't work.
No. I just didn't like that. I was like, I didn't need that last kill. And it kind of pissed me off, because I was like, wait a minute. He gets to kill the daughter? This is stupid. This isn't rewarding. It's just like, whatever.
That's what I'm saying, man. You're going to have Allison and fucking Laurie back to back in the next one. They're going to be like 2 ninjas kick off instead of 3.
Fucking bum gut and bum knee? I don't fucking think so. Man.
Yeah, dude. That's their... Yeah, they both are all patched up. Are they going to be able to defeat him? And they're just going to set the trap for him. And they're going to be like, oh, this is just like the first one.
And they're like, no, this time we built a steel cage and we gave the fire department the night.
Nah, I say make Karen the new Michael Myers. Karen Strode, killing everybody because she's so crazy. She took her mama's crazy and she thinks killing's a good idea. That's what happens in this town. They can never escape the town. I don't know, man. You start rationalizing this stuff, it doesn't make sense. He's a one-trick pony. Like Michael Myers' gimmick was always just like slash, and he just kind of did it kind of cool and kind of had cool, creepy moments. He wasn't as elaborate as Jason Voorhees and his kills. And so you could kind of pick one. And Jason Voorhees, he's overly jumped a shark a long time ago, you know?
Yeah.
He's in space, he's fighting Freddy. Same with Freddy and that whole killer craziness. But like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw and Michael Myers, they always kind of had simple rules, you know?
Yeah.
It was always that these could be real people, where the other two almost had this fantasy about them, you know? Like I can see
for sure, yeah.
I can see a guy in it, like Rob Zombie once again. We'll bring it up for the millionth time. His one is more like, I think this is just a psychopathic killer, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why, you know, I remember when those came out, that was why some people didn't like it. They were like, well, this doesn't seem like it. You know,
took the
seems like a
mystique
serial
away.
killer.
Exactly. It's a serial killer, but we're overly explaining it. And this one kind of tries to ride the line, but it can't decide. And it didn't know what to do with Michael. It was like, well, do we just have him go kill Laurie again? Or
have him go to the house? He just wants to go home, guys.
Okay, but then do we have this 45-minute B story of like the town just...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're the bad guys. They're the killers. And I was like, well, you fucked that up because I wanted Michael to kill everybody. I was rooting for him in this weird way.
Yeah. I don't know. I just the very last scene is probably the thing I disliked about the movie the most. You know, the rest of it I was like, yeah, this is fine, whatever. You know, because again, it's not that I'm not a big Halloween fan. It's just more of like, I already fucking knew that there's no point in wanting to enjoy this movie for. It's just like, just enjoy it for what it is, because it's definitely not for anyone who's watched the first ones or the second series of it or second timeline, whatever. It's just doing its own thing, and it's a bunch of people that probably grew up and liked the original ones and were like, what if we do something different like this? And just thought it was like a cool idea.
Yeah.
But like that last scene, man, just really left a bad taste in my mouth. Like it really did. Like I was just like, what? Is there please tell me there's a credit scene to get this awful taste out of my mouth, because
nope. Was there? I don't know. There
was not. I suffered through the bad song in the credits, just hoping that there was. So, but there wasn't. So,
well, that's it, man. That's the sequel to 2018's Halloween. This is Halloween Kills. I'm pretty sure there's going to be
title
Halloween Forever, like after that or something, or Halloween still doing it. You know, I don't know what the title's going to be.
Making money.
Yeah, it's a success in the eyes of the world. So I didn't like it. I thought it sucked ass. But if you're a Halloween fan, you don't need me to. You already seen it. So whatever, horror fan, you already seen it. I know how you guys are. You horror people, you watch it. But
watch everything, motherfucker.
It's true. We do.
Give us your recommendation.
No, they do. I don't.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, I don't know, Dustin. It sounds like you dug it more than me, which is fine.
I mean, overall, there was parts I enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed the kills, and I enjoyed Michael. That was about it, you know. And those should be the biggest part of the movie for anyone. But I mean, the rest of it was all just noise. It was just all noise, and I was able to easily ignore it for the most part. So,
just like us. So, if you didn't want to ignore us, you can check us out on the Us. Ooh, check us out. Check us out. Check us
you
out on
calling me out for fucking. At least I know what fucking show I'm running.
I was actually reading the wrong thing. As that speak and spell, that read and speak shit I was doing.
Anyway, Let's Movie Pod, or Let's Movie Podcast, and then you can watch us on the YouTube a week later. Let's Movie Podcast as well. And if you got a recommendation, hit us on that social media. We'll take some movie recommendations. Doesn't mean we'll do them. I mean, maybe we already did them. I don't know. Check it out.
But we'll keep the spookiness going for Spooktober. I think there's one more week of this.
One more damn week.
Yeah, one more damn week. And who knows what it's going to be. We'll see what's out there. And then we'll see you next time. Bro, that is the wrong fucking...
I know, but I kept bringing it up, so I may as well just do it.
I mean, this podcast dies tonight.